You know the brand, you know some of the cards, you definitely know the premium credit card that they offer, but the question we all want to know is which of these cards are the best? Let's find out. Welcome back to Tito's Financial Corner, where we talk about credit cards, points and miles, as well as travel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the world of American Express, or Amex for short. We're going to go over the card offerings. Specifically, we're going to cover the best 6 credit cards that American Express has to offer. Now, there are many different ways that we can look at making this list as far as the best Amex credit card. Whether we look at cards that offer the highest sign-up bonus, the ones with the best perks and benefits, the ones with the lowest annual fees. There's just so many different ways that we can make a list as far as the best credit cards. When it comes to this video, we're going to be looking at the multipliers. That's right, we're taking a look at the best Amex cards that would offer the best multipliers overall. Quick note, we're not going to cover any co-branded credit cards. This is only going to be for the actual Amex cards. So any co-branded credit cards, whether that's hotel or airline, will not be considered for this list. With that being said, make sure you keep an eye on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, because that will tell you if this is either a cashback credit card or a travel credit card. Again, the biggest difference with both of these card options is that with cashback, you would get cashback at the end of the month, whereas with a travel credit card, you would earn points or membership reward points when it comes to American Express. Whether you prefer one or the other will not matter. We're only going to be looking strictly at the multipliers that these cards have to offer. But if you're curious as to which card is which, just make sure you check the bottom left-hand side of your screen. So let's go ahead and get started with the list of the top 6 American Express credit cards. The first card that we're going to be talking about is a card that's not going to be listed in the top 6 cards. However, it is so well known that it would probably be a crime to not put this card on any American Express list, and that card would obviously be the American Express Platinum card. The annual fee on this card is $695. The sign-up bonus on this card is 125,000 membership reward points after spending $8,000 in the first 6 months that you have this card. Now, the multipliers on this card are as follows. You would get 5x back on all flights that you book directly on this card. You would also get 5x back on all hotels that you book directly through the Amex travel portal. And then you would get 1x back on everything else. Now, quickly touching on the annual fee of this card, it does offer so many different credits that you can utilize to offset the annual fee on this card, which, let's not forget, it is pretty high compared to a lot of credit cards. So those credits are there for you to utilize to make sure that you can offset the annual fee. And this card probably has the best airport lounge access out of all the cards. You would get access to Priority Pass as well as the Centurion Lounge. But with that being said, does this card have some amazing multipliers? No, not really. To be honest with you, the multipliers on this card absolutely suck. And if we would only look at the multipliers alone and nothing else, this card would definitely get last place when it comes to the multipliers. However, thanks to the lounge access as well as the credits that it has to offer, it can be utilized and it can be a phenomenal card. However, I wouldn't say that that card can fit everybody's budget. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the top 6 cards. Starting out the list with number 6 would be the Amex Cash Magnet Credit Card. This card has no annual fee. The current sign-up bonus on this card is that you would get $200 back after spending $2,000 in the first 6 months that you have this credit card. You would also get a 0% intro APR for the first 15 months that you have this credit card. And then when it comes to the multiplier, you would get a 1.5x back on all of your transactions. So that's right, there's no other flashy multipliers available on this card. However, that 1.5x back is available for every single transaction. And if you ask me, that's still better than the Platinum card. This is also a great time to remind you to hit that subscribe button as well as the like button to help out this channel. Number 5 would go to the Amex Blue Cash Everyday card. It has no annual fee. The current sign-up bonus is that you would get $200 back after spending $2,000 in the first 6 months that you have this credit card. You would also get a 0% intro APR for the first 15 months that you have this credit card. on both new purchases as well as balance transfers. The multipliers that you would get on this credit card are as follows. You would get 3x back on groceries on up to $6,000 worth of spend every single year. You would also get 3x back on online purchases, and you would also get 3x back on all gas station transactions on up to $6,000 of combined spending. And then you would get 1x back on all other transactions. So as you can see, this card definitely has some good multipliers, specifically for a no annual fee credit card. When we're looking at a 3x back on groceries as well as gas transactions, that is definitely a winner and a keeper in my book, again, for a no annual fee. Numero cuatro would definitely have to go to the American Express Green Card. This card's annual fee is $150. The current sign-up bonus is that you would get 40,000 membership reward points after spending $3,000 in the first 6 months that you have this credit card. And the multipliers on this credit card would be that you would get 3x back on travel, and that would include airfare, hotels, cruises, tours, car rentals, campgrounds, travel purchases on third-party travel sites. You would also get 3x back on transits, and that would include trains, taxi cabs, rideshare services, ferries, tolls, parking, buses, and subways. And you would also get 3x back on restaurants, and that would be worldwide. And then you would get 1x back on everything else. You would get a $189 Clear Plus credit that would help you to skip the security lines. And you would also get a $100 Lounge Buddy credit that you could utilize whenever you're looking to use an airport lounge. So the reason this card is number 4 is because of those multipliers. I would say that this credit card has the best multipliers for non-flight travel transactions. When we look at normal travel and transit transactions that you make on a regular day-to-day basis, this credit card might be better suited than all the other credit cards, especially if you live in a city where you would have to use a lot of the rideshare options or subways, buses, tolls, parking lots. This would definitely be a better fit overall. All right, now we're getting into the top 3 credit cards from American Express. So, looking at number 3 would definitely have to go to the American Express Business Plus credit card. It has no annual fee whatsoever. The current sign-up bonus on this card is that you would get 15,000 membership reward points after spending $3,000 in the first 3 months that you have this credit card. It also does offer a 0% intro APR for the first 12 months that you have this credit card. And the one single multiplier available on this card is that you would get 2x back on all of your transactions. That's right, for any and all transactions, you would get 2 points back for every single dollar that you spend on this credit card. Now make sure you don't get this one confused with the American Express Business Cash Card, which does the same thing. It does give a 2x back. That would be a cashback credit card. The Business Plus card would give you 2 points per dollar spent for every single transaction. And I do believe that points would definitely be worth more when we're speaking about the multiplier of a 2x back. So this would definitely be the best catch-all card that American Express has to offer with that 2x back multiplier. Number 2 would go to the American Express Gold Card. It has an annual fee of $250. The current sign-up bonus is that you would get 75,000 membership reward points after $6,000 in the first 6 months that you have this card. And the multipliers are absolutely amazing on this card. You would be able to get 4x back on all U.S. groceries, as well as 4x back on all of your dining transactions. You would also get 3x back on all of your airline purchases that you put on this card, and then you would get 1x back with everything else. Quickly touching on the annual fee of this card, you do get 2 credits that you can utilize that can offset most of the annual fee, and that would be by the Uber/Uber Eats credit that you would get a grand total of $120 on an annual basis, as well as a dining credit that you can utilize for a grand total of $120 on an annual basis. So the effective annual fee on this credit card would be $10. But with that being said, the reason that this card would land at number 2 is because those high multipliers on those 2 spending categories of groceries as well as dining. Those are some amazing high multipliers, specifically for those spending categories that I think you would agree everybody would definitely utilize. And the best overall Amex card for their multipliers would definitely have to go to the Amex Blue Cash Preferred credit card. This card has no annual fee in the first year since it's waived, and then beginning in year 2, the annual fee would be $95. The current sign-up bonus is you would get $250 back after spending $3,000 in the first 6 months that you have this credit card, and you would also get a 0% intro APR for the first 12 months that you have this credit card, and the multipliers on this credit card are absolutely amazing. You would get 6x back, that's right, 6x back on all grocery transactions on up to $6,000 worth of spend. You would also get 6x back on online streaming transactions, and then you would get 3x back on gas transactions, and then you would get 1x back on all other transactions. So the reason that this card ends up as being my number one card is because of that 6x multiplier when it comes to groceries. I don't think anybody would disagree that groceries is either the number one or the number two spending category that they spend most of their money on every single month. And also, you would still get 6x back on online streaming, as well as 3x backs on gas transactions. Those are some amazing multipliers on this credit card. And even though it does have an annual fee, technically, nothing is stopping you from getting this card, having no annual fee, enjoying these amazing multipliers for the first year. And then on the second year, you can make that decision whether you do want to keep the card because the multipliers are so amazing, or you could cancel the card and not have to pay the annual fee for that second year. With that being said, I want to hear from you guys. Do you agree with this list, or would you change or shift any of these cards around? Let me know down in the comments below. With that being said, if you found any information useful during this video, please hit that subscribe button as well as the like button. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Adios.